From thetraderguy.com, this is Chris taking a look at the upcoming 21st session. This is the 20th. I'm recording this in the euro dollar. And the title of this video is going to be Fade to Stupidity. And why I say that is that we have a Federal Reserve announcement on Wednesday that it is obviously is going to be hawkish. There's going to be an interest rate hike, probably 75, maybe 100 basis points. So how do I approach this? Well, what I have noticed over time is that people, generally Wall Streeters, but other people, will always try to find something in the statement that is bullish, risk assets or whatever. So a lot of times what you'll see is Powell will come out, will say something, and then they'll start buying risk assets, and then the Fed has to walk everything back because, flat out saying we are hawkish isn't enough. And it's a problem that the Federal Reserve has created for itself. I mean, after all, they have raised an entire army of traders to think that they're going to save their lives, and they will eventually, but inflation's far too high to do so now. So you see the daily chart, and I won't insult your intelligence. We're here at parity. There's a 50-day EMA and a downtrend line. I think everybody here knows that it isn't a downtrend. Unfortunately, a lot of retail traders like to pick bottoms. And, I could say, is parity the bottom? I mean, it could be, but the odds are it's not. They will take a look at a chart, they'll zoom way out and they'll go, well, this is way oversold. Yeah, okay. And I'm sure the RSI would probably agree with you. However, the market doesn't, and that's really all that matters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this through the prism of, am I going to get an opportunity to pick up cheap dollars? So I'm going to drop down to the 15-minute chart, and let's ignore these bullshit moving averages. So if we rally somewhere just above parity after the announcement, I'm shorting. It's that obvious to me. If we break down before then, which is very possible, I'm shorting. Now, what's going to change is the position sizing. I would much rather short after the announcement and some type of subsequent bounce. Really, the only way this becomes positive tomorrow is, here's 30-minute, is if the Fed flat out says we're almost done. If that's the case, then it's going to change a lot of things. There are a lot of problems in Europe. They're not getting better. I think eventually even that scenario is a sell-off type of situation. The last statement from Powell was literally, there's going to be economic pain. He had to come out and say that for people to pay attention. So I would anticipate a statement very much like that. So the closer we get to this little area here, just above parity to parity plus 20, in that area I'm willing to short. Now, I would also point out that I'm going to give it a little bit of a stop loss. I mean, I might even give it like 50 to 100 pips. I'm not going in with I'm not swinging with both hands for the fences here. But what I am doing is I'm setting myself up for US dollar strength. So I do think that the euro dollar does go lower eventually. I get it. The weekly looks horrible, looks overdone. But things crash from oversold levels. You can see what's going on here. There's a little bit of noise here, but if we break this like 96 level, we're going back down to 85, and don't think it cannot happen. I was a trader back here right before the financial crisis, when models and everybody, rap videos all of a sudden had people flinging euros around. And when you start to see that bullshit, you know that things are out of control, and we haven't seen those prices since. I mean, it's been a huge fight, but really all you had to do is short that double top, and you're still in this 60 handles later. Obviously, most people aren't, but you get the point. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that we are going to see more of the same, where we bounce and we just chip away at this, eventually going down to probably 96 or so, unless he explicitly says on Wednesday that they are changing course. I look at any rally as an opportunity to pick up cheap dollars.